Hey guys, I'm Chef Tom with All Things Barbecue, and today I'm going to be preparing a pistachio crusted rack of lamb. All right, so here's what we're working with. This is a Frenched rack of lamb. You can usually pick these up at your local grocery store, and they typically come in 8 bone sections. What we're going to do is just clean up the outside a little bit. You guys can see right here, this is some silver skin, kind of chewy, not all that pleasant. So we're just going to take that layer off. And you're not going to get all of it because it does run through in a couple different places. But where we can clean it up, we want to clean it up. So, like I said, this silver skin here is going to run underneath this piece of meat, so we're just going to leave that there. We're not going to mess with that too much. We'll just clean up the outside. So this meat right here is really what we're going to be eating in the end. There's not much up here, so we don't really need to worry about messing with that fat. But you can see here, these are just a couple of bites each chop, but that's where we're really going to focus on getting our flavor, getting our seasoning, and all of that. Now on the back side, we're really not going to do anything to this because, like I said, everything that we're eating is over here. So we don't really have to mess with this too much. You know, like in pork ribs, you might try and take off that parchment. The parchment's a lot more thin on these. It's not so much of a concern. Now there's a couple steps in this process of cooking the rack of lamb. And the first thing that we're going to do is get it seasoned up and throw it in a really hot skillet so we get a nice crust on the outside, just a little bit of browning, and that's going to add a lot of extra flavor. Just going to put a little bit of olive oil on here so that we can get this rub to stick really nicely. And then we'll be seasoning this today with Oak Ridge Barbecue's Black Ops. Now this is really great earthy rub. It's got the typical stuff that you like in a savory rub. It's got some garlic, some salt and pepper, but it also has some cool stuff like shiitake mushrooms and coffee, which really adds some interest. And we're going to be seasoning all the way around this piece of meat. Again, backside not so important because we're not actually going to be eating that part. All right, let's let that set up, and then we'll get it in our hot skillet. All right, a pan's smoking hot. We're going to add some vegetable oil. Has a little higher smoke point than olive oil. Let that heat up really quick, and then we're going to do a quick sear on the lamb. So when we get a good sear on there, we can go ahead and flip it over. Get the other side of that loin. All right, so we're not looking to cook this at this time. All we're really looking to do is get some nice color on it. And you can do this on your stovetop, you can do this on your grill if you want to, but that's exactly what we're looking for, is some nice color. Now we're gonna go finish preparing the crust. The main components of our crust today consist of pistachios and Parmesan. And the first thing we're going to do is get our pistachios broken down. So we've got a 1/2 cup of pistachios, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan. So what we're going to do is run this, pulse this a little bit, and break this down so it's nice and chunky, not quite a powder, because we want some texture left. All right, let's take a peek. In addition to our pistachios and our Parmesan, we need a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. Add about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, teaspoon of rosemary, and to add a little extra flavor, a little bit more of that Black Ops, we'll do about 2 teaspoons. We don't need a lot because there's plenty of salt in those pistachios already. And just to make it all come together, we'll add maybe about a tablespoon of olive oil. All right, so it's kind of a damp mixture, and you can see if you grab it, squeeze it, it holds together a little bit. It's not just dust. So that's going to hold on to the lamb nice. To help the crust adhere to the lamb and to add another layer to our flavor profile, we're going to be adding some mustard sauce to the outside, a fairly generous amount. This is House of Q's Slow Smoked Gold. It's our favorite of all of our mustard sauces that we have. I'm going to get a good amount on there, and then we'll kind of brush it around. Let's just make sure that we get all of the exposed meat surfaces. And now we can just dip this in our crust. All right, so that's pretty good. Might just add a little extra, pat it on there. You are gonna lose a little bit going on and coming off of the grill, but there's gonna be plenty left on there if you make sure that you have all of those surfaces covered. All right, so at this point, this guy's ready to go on the grill. All right, we're roasting our rack of lamb on a Yoder Smokers YS640 pellet grill today. The temperature is set at 400 degrees. We're gonna place it right here on the top and let it roll until it hits 120 degrees internal. So our lamb has been on for 15 minutes. We're gonna take this off very gently so that we don't lose too much of our crust. So we're sitting right at about 120 down here. This is gonna be a little bit warmer. This down here is gonna be a little bit colder, but this is a good spot to pull this off. Our lamb's been resting for about 10 minutes now, so let's slice it up and see how we did. So you're just gonna slice down in between the bones, all the way through the meat. You're probably gonna have to work your way around a knuckle down at the bottom, and that's fine. Just work your knife around there until you get through. If you're serving your lamb as an entree, you may wanna do 2 bone chops, but if you're doing them out on a platter for an appetizer or something like that, little 1 bone lamb lollipops are really nice as well. So right in here was where we were getting that 120 degree temperature. Of course, it was a little bit cooler right down here because that's a little bit fatter. And then all the way up at this end, this maybe was sitting at about 130, so it's a little bit more cooked. But generally speaking, we like this 120 range right here, that nice rare temperature range. That's really where lamb belongs. That pistachio crust with the rosemary in it, it's like it was made to go with lamb. I love the contrast of the crunchiness on the outside, and the lamb meat itself is just so supple and tender. I'm gonna finish this up. You guys go get started on yours. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.